Okay guys, so the first thing I'm going to do is moisturise, and I'm using my Nivea cream because I want a real sort of oily base really. So I'm just going to get that on. Okay. Wow, I have oily combination skin, so whenever I use this Nivea now, it's just like full on for my skin. Okay, so the foundation I'm going to be using is the Max Factor Pan Stick, and I'm doing it in True Beige. So there's the pan stick, and I picked this one because it is a very light colour and Marilyn had very white skin. So I'm going to be putting a fair bit on of this because we want a flawless sort of look. And I'm going to be washing this off pretty much as soon as I've done it. So it doesn't really matter that it's real thick. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and put this all together and we'll continue on. Okay, so that's my foundation done, and as you can see it's pretty compact on, but it's hiding any imperfections that I have, so I'm not really going to bother with concealer or anything like that. But if you have spots, you're going to want to cover any little bits up. Now I'm going to powder with my Revlon Photo Ready finishing powder in translucent, and that's going to whiten my face a bit as well. Sort of the same base really that I done the magenta look. Hopefully my lighting isn't too washed out. If it is, I'll try and fix it in editing. Okay, so that's my base down. Next thing I'm going to do is work on my eyes. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is prime my eyes, and I'm just using my Face of Australia eye primer in matte. So just putting a little bit of this on. And this is going to help sort of lighten my eyes anyway, because Marilyn did have sort of like a whitish shadow. So put that right up to the eyebrow. I just saw a little bug just fly past me. Okay, other eye. Geez, I'm sort of thinking I could even just leave it like that, but I won't. Okay, so on my lid, I'm going to be using my Maybelline Expert Wear in Designer Chocolates, and I'm going to be using the base colour here. So it looks white, but when I put it on, it did have a more of a sand sort of look to it. So I'm going to take quite a bit of this, and I'm going to start building it on my eyelid and up to my, right up to my eyebrow. So I want the whole area covered. And I'm going to be doing this a little darker than what I usually would, just because I find I need to exaggerate it for my camera to really pick it up. But if you actually saw me in real life, it'd be like completely packed on. So if you're going to be doing this look to go out, you don't have to be so generous, I guess. So basically taking it right up. Okay, so that's it. I'm going to go ahead and do the other eye because I want to try and do them at the same time. Okay, so using the same Maybelline, I'm going to use this colour here, and I'm going to be taking my BYS smudge brush and I'm just going to work that colour in the socket bone. So very, very lightly, starting from the outside, as you can see. I'm just going to clean my brush off, and then I'm just going to very gently work that in, sort of creating a shadow really. Now I don't want to take it right into the corner, I'm just going sort of halfway, just to create that shadow. Whenever I look at pictures of Marilyn Monroe, and I have a lot of pictures of Marilyn Monroe because I collect Marilyn Monroe stuff. I just poked myself in the eye. Ow. It's almost like it looked like she wasn't even wearing eyeshadow. It's like they sort of went for such a natural look with Marilyn Monroe, but so many people interpreted it as lots of makeup, big red lips, black eyeliner. She never wore black eyeliner, but it gave the impression. Okay, so I'm doing the other eye now. Just working that in. Hopefully you guys are going to be able to see that. I might make it just a little bit darker, because like I said, I need to exaggerate this so you can see it on the camera. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do is my eyeliner, and I'm going to be starting with my bottom waterline. Now, back in those days, everyone knows they'd done the trick, as they do these days, with the white eyeliner. So I'm going to be basically putting that on my waterline, my bottom waterline, and I'm going to do it, like I said, quite exaggerated. Taking it right into the corners. And that supposedly really whitened, or widened the eye. Whitened. Okay, I'll get to that little trick in a second. Okay, now, like I had mentioned before, everyone, you assume that Marilyn Monroe wore black eyeliner. She never wore black eyeliner. She actually wore brown eyeliner, and she wore multiple brown eyeliners. So, the one that I'm going to be using today is an eyeshadow. And the colour that I'm going to be using is the same brown colour that I used for my little shadow there. So that's the Maybelline. Okay, so I've wet my brush because apparently that's what they had used to do to make it look more like a gel eyeliner. So that's what I'm going to do. And I'm basically going to go from corner, and I might need to get my other mirror for this, just a little bit closer. And when I get to the edge, I'm just doing a little wing, just outwards. Not too much, just a little. Just going to get a little bit more on there and go over that again. And apparently when they done her eyeliner, instead of just going with the line, with her natural eye shape, they actually went sort of up and then around. Apparently. I'll go ahead and do the other eye. Okay, so that's my eyeliner done with the brown eyeliner. Now, apparently one of Marilyn's tricks was she used to put a very subtle gold colour over the top of her eyeshadow. Very subtle, because I didn't want it to obviously look tacky, but it obviously added something, so I'm going to also do the same thing. Now the colour that I'm going to use for this, or the palette I'm going to use, is this one, which I recently showed in my makeup collection. And like I said, I never really use this one, but because it does have this gold colour here, and it looks kind of brown on the camera, but it is a gold colour. I'm going to basically take a little bit of that, and I'm using the same brush, and I'm just going to go over that very, very lightly. Sticking as close as I can to the lashes. And I don't think the camera's really going to pick it up, but there's no harm in doing it, just to show you guys anyway. So like I said, probably not going to pick up, but there we go. Okay, so since I've done all of that, I'm just going to take my white eyeliner again, and this is a BYS in soft white, and I'm just going to make a V shape in this area here. And apparently this would also widen the shape of Marilyn's eyes. So I'm just going to put a little bit of white in the corner here. What they would do, you would notice it in person, but really, you don't really notice it on the camera while I'm doing it. Okay, next thing I'm going to do is some highlighted areas. Now I'm going to be taking my Max Factor little shimmer powder, just taking my eyeshadow brush, and I'm going to be highlighting in the areas that apparently they would highlight Marilyn's eyes. So the first thing I'm going to do is this area here just under the eyebrow. So I'm just going to highlight that. To the other side. They would also highlight the center. And they would also highlight the corners, which is something that I do regularly anyway. I don't want to do too much. Just like that. Another area they would highlight is actually above the eyebrow, just there. Okay, so that's my eyeshadow done. Now I'm going to go ahead and do my mascara. I'm just going to do a normal coat of mascara on my eyes. Usually I would do lashes, but like I've said in my last tutorial, I am pregnant. I don't really want to be using lashes, but Marilyn did use lashes. She used strip lashes, never the individual ones, and they would usually cut them in half and place them on the outer corners of her lashes just to make them look fuller. So I'm going to be taking my Volume Million lashes and basically just do my lashes. Okay guys, so I went ahead and done my mascara. Hopefully it's going to pick up somewhat. Obviously Marilyn had fabulous lashes. So yeah, but anyways, you gotta do what you gotta do. So next I'm going to attempt the eyebrows, because Marilyn eyebrows were her signature, really. That's what I think anyway. A lot of people said the mole. I said the eyebrows. I'm going to be using this Be Yourself palette, and I'm going to be using this end colour here to attempt her eyebrows. So I'm not really going to talk through it. I'm just going to go ahead and do it and see if I can just get it done. Okay, actually I've changed my mind. I'm actually going to be using my Nude by Nature eyeliner in brown. I'm going to be basically just using that for the lashes. My eyebrows, sorry. So just very lightly filling them in. And Marilyn obviously had that very signature point. So I'm going to try and get that with my eyebrows. Obviously I have very different shaped eyebrows, but we'll see how we go. Now I don't want to mess with that too much because I'm not the best at doing eyebrows, so I've sort of got my little point going on. I could probably point it just a little more. Just like that. Now I'm going to go ahead and do the other one and hopefully see if I can match them up. Okay, so that's as close as I'm going to really get to her eyebrows. Like I said, I am not one to do eyebrows, so they might be a little thick, but hey, I gotta do what I gotta do. I'm going to do a little bit of contouring just on my nose because apparently that's what they've done with Marilyn too. So I'm going to be taking my Jordana blush in Classic Bronze, and I'm also just going to take might actually take this, what is this? It doesn't say, it's just a eyeliner brush, the angled type. That might work a little bit better, and then I can, if I just do a little line. And then using my smudge brush, just take that down my nose and blend it out. Apparently they also done the little tip of her nose here. Just like that. Then I'm going to take then to highlight down my nose, I'm going to take my Wet n Wild eyeshadow trio, and I'm going to use this top colour here, which isn't as shimmery as my Max Factor. That's why I'm doing that. Once again, I'm just going to take my smudge brush that's cleaned off and just put a little down the nose, just straight down, and blend it with my finger really, just to highlight that area. I'm also going to take that and highlight my T-zone, because apparently that's what they done too, so why not? Okay, once again taking my bronzer, really. I'm going to take my angle brush this time, and I'm basically going to do just your basic contouring, so just around here and down. Really putting that in. use my fingers a bit just to work that out a little and really get that into my hairline. So just giving a little bit of contour. And that's pretty much it for that. Next I'm going to be working on the lips. So first thing I'm going to do is take my white eyeliner again. And it does need sharpened, so I'll quickly go ahead and sharpen it. Basically draw on the top of Marilyn's lip to basically do the same trick with the eye that they did with the eyes, just to open it up a bit. So I'm going to take my mirror a little closer and I'm going to do the same. So I'm actually doing this above my lip line, as you can see. Going over, I'm also going to do underneath here, and then just using my finger, smudge it out a little bit. But I will go back over that again with my shimmer, my Max Factor shimmer powder. Okay, so first thing I'm going to do is line my lips. I'm going to be using the Rimmel Exaggerate Full Colour Lip Liner, and this one is in Passionate. So there it is, and there's the colour. So, and apparently they did go outside of Marilyn's natural lip line just to make it more voluptuous. So I'm going to do the same because my lips are not voluptuous. So I need all the help I can get, really. Whoa. Now apparently whenever they would use red lipstick, it would actually tend to look more orange, so they use multiple colours when it comes to doing red lips. Now as my lipstick, I'm going to be using my Revlon True Red, and I'm going to take it from the side again like I did last time because my daughter's been playing with it. Okay, so taking my Max Factor shimmer powder again, I'm just going to highlight above my lip and below it. And I do not look good with red lipstick, not at all. I'm going to go over again with my powder, translucent. Especially around my mouth because of the red. Okay, now the last thing I'm going to do is basically the mole. So what I'm going to be using for that is just basically a black eyeliner, and I think I will use my Australis in Blackest Black. So I'm going to sharpen it just to make the point pointy. And Marilyn had her mole on the left hand side, so I shall do the same. And I think it was around, oh, I think it was around there. Okay, so that's pretty much it, guys. That's my Marilyn inspired look. I don't have a Marilyn Monroe wig, and I don't have Marilyn Monroe hair, so that's my Marilyn inspired makeup today, guys. I hope you enjoyed. Like I said, it's inspired, it's not exactly Marilyn makeup.